life to the human soul. The human soul was designed to have life. So in any moment that they think they don't have it, here comes that thought.
Right. Yeah.
Fear comes. You wonder what's going on. You wonder where God is. You ever felt like God was far from you when you're in the middle of something?
Oh, you bet.
That's that thing.
Yeah.
That's what Adam felt. That's what Jesus felt press in on him. But Jesus knew that was a lie because the Spirit quickened him on the inside. God is not far from me. God is with me. God is in me.
Sometimes I know it in my head, but I'm not really experiencing it. I just know I'm not forsaken.
Yeah,
And he's going to get me out of this. He's going to show me the way. But I don't really feel it, but I really do believe it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, glory to God. Well, because your flesh might not feel it at the moment. Your flesh might feel uncomfortable at the moment. It's like when Jesus was in Gethsemane.
Yeah.
That same thing happened. When Jesus said, Father, let this cup pass from me, but your will be done. I mean, I say this a lot, but I say it so many times because maybe I'll say it enough times, someone will believe it. But Jesus wasn't talking about primarily your will that I die on the cross be done.
Yeah.
That was a microcosm of what God's will was. But it wasn't the specific thing that was God's will. God's will was that a human being would believe on the Spirit for life and not the flesh for life. And in that human being doing that, that human being could then reconcile all things back unto God.
Yep.
Meaning the world was not reconciled back unto God. The earth was not reconciled to God. Mankind had not been reconciled to God. He needed a human being to find life in the Spirit instead of the flesh. And so the flesh was sweating blood because the flesh knew it was about to go die.
Right.
And so the flesh was like, no, Jesus, no, you can't go die. And so when he says your will be done, the Father's will wasn't specifically that he go die, although we could say that was a microcosm of it. The Father's will specifically was that he not find life from the flesh, but he find life from the Spirit. And in that Spirit animating his body with life, he become an immortal in a human body.
Right.
Now, in order for any other human being to become immortal, there must be a word that speaks of an immortal human existing. Otherwise, there can be no promise of immortality to any other human beings.
Right.
So there had to be a human being raised up with an immortal body, an incorruptible body, in order for there to be a word existing to promise other human beings an incorruptible body.
Yes.
And that's what the Father's will was. And so the flesh was like, you got to preserve your life, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And Jesus said, no, the Father's will be done. The Father's will was that he not try to preserve his life through the flesh, but that he trust in the Father to preserve his life in the Spirit, justified in the Spirit.
Yeah.
The Father's will was that his life be preserved in the Spirit and not through the flesh. And Jesus rested in that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?